Patrick, we know from many leadership positions he's had. So this is what we're going to be doing today in our monthly webinar. Patrick and Jonathan will take you through some great content opportunities. Okay, we're going to do this one quick. Uh, we just had, for those of you, we had our Toronto, where Michael lives. We had our Group M town hall, which went very well. We had almost 100 people in the room, and everybody learned, engaged, and heard from the man who's also now the president of Canada for WPP. And there's some photos there, and it was a great group. So join us for our next Canadian ones, as well as we do these all over, including Up, 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 up. Yes, we did New York. Very good. Thank you. We also had Michael Lieberman on this one. This may be another slide, uh, Blake, but we have one with Michael Lieberman, who runs out
All
of home for
right.
Group M. But my friend Janine was great. I've noticed since she was a cub reporter, and now she's editor-in-chief of Ad Age. It was great having her in the room with all over 100 members, and Doug, who's one of the great CMOs, and it was a great session as well. So make sure everybody comes to our town halls. I know Mary was there. Oh, and Mary, by the way, the Springsteen concert is at one of our members' arenas. So let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Yes, our member is branded the arena, and they actually, yeah, we'll talk some more.
Okay.
And then we had, and this is the Group M meeting. There is Ed Age, and then we did the same thing at our town hall in London last week, where Allwyn is the leading lottery business in the UK, Assembly, and Stagwell gave us their offices. Stonegate is a big series of pubs, and Alight Media is one of our originators of our European operation with screens all over the UK. And there's some, in fact, there's our co-op guy as I'm sticking the mic in his face. They will probably build the largest retail media business in store location. And it was a great engaged audience. So please join us for New York, Toronto, and London town halls. And then we did Ad Week Europe as well with our brand council member, Kathy, who's from McDonald's, and one of our members from Westfield. Chris is a terrific guy, and also Co-op, another retail media member. So that was a lot of excitement. And then we did Advertising Week with some great color backgrounds and a full house over there. Uh, and in the room, we had all of our brand friends. The head of global media for Unilever was with us, and agencies and brands. So we had a really good, positive series of events in London. Thank you, Blake. And upcoming events, please join us. DPW members come to Global Do, which is how we kick off Possible event in Miami, which has become the Davos of marketing, or the West Cannes Lions. We'll have Shopify, Lenovo, and our friends at Ad Square. It'll be a great event. 4:30 at the Fontainebleau, which is where Possible takes place. So please reach out to us for an invite. And thank you, Blake. And then we have also coming up really soon, June 11th, our summit. We usually get about 500 people for our Canada summit. Michael Kingston, bring all your friends and neighbors and relatives. And then this is some of the speakers we've had in previous years. It's always a big group. We're going to have lots of brand leads this year, heads of agency leads, and the press and everybody else. So please join us in Toronto. And then following right on the heels of Toronto, once again, we have Cannes Lions coming up, and we do a curated experience there. We spend 2 days with heads of marketing, heads of agencies, heads of press, and some great people. Here we are in the back with others, and this is who we had last year. So once again, leaders of Paramount Plus, of Busch Gardens, Universal McCann, the head of global advertising for MasterCard, the global CEO of Starcom, and Talon and others. It's a great event. Please reach out to any of your DPW friends. It is an amazing 2, 3 days that we do, and then we also have some events and parties. So join us. It's a great way to meet more people in 3 days, and then in the next probably year and a half or so. And then for those of you that want to advertise on the Quasette, which is the beach run of alongside it, one of our members will be offering opportunities to promote your businesses in front of all the major important advertising people in the world. So go to info@dpwglobal.com to find out about this wonderful opportunity to really get your brand name out in front of all the media buyers, the media planners, the press, the brands, etc. Thank you for that, Blake. A beautiful picture. And then all of our events through the year for members to join. There you go. And please join us for all of your DPAA events. Now I go to Patrick, and Patrick may introduce Jonathan Porter, live from New York and State College, Pennsylvania. Take it away, folks.
Yeah,
By the way,
thanks, Barry.
can I just ask who's Adrian with the emoji over there? That looks fascinating. Or the avatar, and the Adrian avatar. Who is that? Adrian with the blinking eyes, the hat, and the glasses.
That's Adrian from Vertical City.
From where?
Vertical City.
Oh, Vertical City. Fabulous. Love the emoji. It looks great.
Thanks.
Uh, and yeah, Vertical City, another one of our elevator members. Okay, take it away, guys. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Barry. It's great to be here today, along with my colleague John Porter. Hey, everybody. My name is Pat McCormick. I lead partnerships and business development over at Accuweather, and John is our senior vice president of weather content, forecast operation, and is our chief meteorologist. So we're excited to share with some news with on our work in digital out of home and what we've been up to, and hopefully you guys learned something from this. And we look forward to fielding your questions at the end. But here's a quick review of what we'll go through. We really believe strongly that weather content is a great application for out-of-home screens. So we'll share a little bit of our research and thinking on that. We'll do a review of our digital out-of-home solutions. We'll announce some new partnerships, both with DPAA members, and then we'll jump into some questions and explain how to get started if you're interested. So John, I'll turn it over to you to get started.
All right, sounds great. Oh, thank you, Pat and Barry and Blake. Good to be with all of you here today. We want to talk first about why is weather so important in the digital out-of-home environment. And that really goes back to weather is important to everyone. It's one of those key components that people want to know each and every day. It's also very local, updating all the time, and it's a great way to drive utility into those digital out-of-home displays. And really, weather content complements and adds significant value to the digital out-of-home advertising. A couple of the statistics that prove that weather is the #1 source of positive customer feedback for Captivate. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. And also, not surprisingly, weather is the #1 question that is asked on Amazon Alexa devices. So that showcases, again, just two of the many stats that put go back to that same point that weather impacts everyone every day, the decisions we make, where we travel, what we're doing outside, and also importantly, the decisions that we make about the products that we might purchase. And so there's a tie-in, a weather-triggered marketing tie-in as well to weather content, and that adds value to those displays because people can receive quick bite-sized components of AccuWeather content so that it can help them best plan their day and stay safer. And that's, of course, what we do here at AccuWeather. The other thing is the content that we display is highly localized with contextually relevant information that matters to a viewer in the moment. And we're here to help with those actionable insights to help viewers best plan their day, as we said, stay safer and be best prepared for whatever weather situation a person might be encountering as they're going about their day. And that in the moment display of weather content we think is very important. Now, as we take a look at the next slide, talk about the AccuWeather proven formula here. AccuWeather provides the most trusted, up-to-date, and most accurate weather content for the digital out-of-home environment. So you might say, well, why AccuWeather for digital out-of-home? It boils down to this pretty simple equation, which is the AccuWeather proven superior accuracy. We're the most trusted brand for weather globally, plus AccuWeather's global but yet hyper-local reach, being able to forecast with proven superior accuracy for 3.5 million locations all around the world in over 200 languages and dialects. So it's a completely localized experience available through our enterprise API and our data suite. All of those components equal a great experience and great value for our partners by being able to increase customer engagement and have a more valuable, useful solution for your customers to get that localized and very relevant weather content. So this has proven to be a winning formula in the digital out-of-home environment, and Pat's going to talk about some of the specific use cases. One I want to talk about is with our partners over at Captivate, where Captivate has utilized AccuWeather forecasts and content to integrate into their screens, often in elevators and office lobbies, which we know tend to be places that busy professionals are looking for content. You might be in the elevator, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, but that's an opportunity to provide useful content for a busy professional. And the idea, Captivate's idea was to provide concise, engaging content that could capture attention during those brief elevator rides. And so AccuWeather partnered with Captivate to deliver our tailored weather content directly through our easy-to-use enterprise API, providing access to the most accurate forecasts and those real-time updates, including specialized components like our AccuWeather Minutecast, a minute-by-minute forecast, which is incredibly helpful for understanding how rain or snow is going to evolve in a particular area over the next 4 hours. So AccuWeather has enabled Captivate to increase viewer engagement and has yielded extremely valuable results for Captivate because AccuWeather's content is cited as the most popular content by Captivate viewers who are consistently seeking out that high quality forecast updates. And look at that stat at the bottom there. Over 90% of viewers seek out the forecast on Captivate.
Wow.
Again, proving the utility of that value of that content that we provide. It may be a brief time that they're engaging, but it's very valuable content for busy professionals that are on the move. Let's take a look at the next slide and make the point about AccuWeather is everywhere. We're serving consumers around the world at great scale, as I mentioned, as well as businesses. Here's just some of the platforms that AccuWeather content can be seen, of course, on our award-winning free AccuWeather app and the AccuWeather.com website, desktop and mobile web versions, the AccuWeather TV network, and our streaming platforms as well. Our partnerships, long-standing, decades-long successful partnerships with many TV stations and radio stations, including WABC in New York, WPVI in Philadelphia on the TV side, at WBZ in Boston, WBBM in Chicago on the radio side, to name a few of those. Of course, the digital out-of-home, many solutions that we're talking about here today, as well as the Internet of Things and other digital media partnerships that we have with companies around the world. Also on the enterprise side, AccuWeather serves over half the Fortune 500 firms and thousands of other companies with site-specific, highly accurate, and actionable weather insights tailored to their specific needs. We serve over 40 different types of verticals. That's oftentimes with life-saving severe weather warnings and also tailored business analytics that matter to our individual customers so that they can stay safer, be better informed, reduce risk and liability, and optimize their financial performance in all sorts of weather situations. So AccuWeather providing those suite of services from a global perspective across all of those different platforms. And it's that superior accuracy that AccuWeather provides that underpins all of these services. And AccuWeather's proven superior accuracy has no peers. We have example after example where AccuWeather forecasts were provided more accurately, better described than any other source, provided more advanced notice on dangerous weather, helped keep people safer and better prepared. And that's our goal here at AccuWeather. Every day we're here, whether we're serving consumers or we're serving businesses, we're here to
John.
John, you looks like you froze. Must be some really cold weather out there.
We can give John a moment to see if he comes back.
65.6% less accurate than those
Hey,
available.
John, the last 30 seconds, you were frozen if you just want to go back a bit.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep, good.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was commenting that that we have many of these success stories around AccuWeather's proven superior accuracy. And here are a few of those examples. In a recent study across all time periods and parameters, forecasts from another weather source were found to be 65.6% less accurate than those available from at the same time by AccuWeather. When we look at snow and ice storms, AccuWeather forecasts for the start time of snow have an average error of 1.5 hours, while other sources average more than a 3-hour error on the start time of snow, meaning that AccuWeather was at least twice as accurate. So important for making decisions about when people should travel or when road crews should be ready to start taking action based upon snow. So that's a very important parameter. And then on the right, AccuWeather provides, on over a 5-year study, AccuWeather provides an average of 16 minutes of advance notice for tornadoes compared to an average of only 8 minutes from the National Weather Service and all other sources that repackage National Weather Service warnings. AccuWeather warnings are produced by storm warning meteorologists here at AccuWeather who are experts in severe weather. There's experts in flooding, they're experts in tornadoes and other threats, other forms of severe weather. That enables us to have those warnings that oftentimes are provided more accurately with more advanced notice and better described than other sources. And just to give a few relevant examples, just a few days ago in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, you may have seen the footage from a devastating EF3 tornado that happened there with peak winds of 145 miles per hour. AccuWeather storm warning meteorologists provided advance notice of that tornado, a warning to our customers in that area 28 minutes before the tornado touched down, while the government and all other sources provided only 5 minutes. And there are many other examples in this tornado outbreak. One near Pocahontas, Illinois, our experts provided 24 minutes of valuable life-saving advance notice, whereas the government and all other sources provided a warning only after the tornado was on the ground for 15 minutes. Imagine that. We provided a warning 24 minutes before the tornado touched down. The government and all sources warned 15 minutes after the tornado was on the ground. That extra advance notice, precious time when minutes count, provided to AccuWeather customers help them to stay safer and be better prepared. And that's what we obviously is our focus here at AccuWeather. And we, as mentioned, our mission is to save lives, protect property, and help people make the best weather-informed decisions. Over our more than 63 years, we've saved more than 12,000 lives. We've prevented injury from 100,000, more than 100,000 people, and we've saved companies tens of billions of dollars.
We lost them again.
You froze again, Jonathan.
That's very important for what we do.
Jonathan, go back 10 seconds. You froze again. It's a good thing you're not on air on this.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have those troubles here from I don't know. I'm not getting any kind of message about bandwidth or anything, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I was just mentioning that the AccuWeather mission to save lives, protect property, and help people make the best decisions is very important. And we know we've had a significant impact in terms of the lives saved, more than 12,000 around the world, 100,000 injuries prevented, and we've saved companies tens of billions of dollars. A key part of our work each and every day. And Pat, we're going to turn it over to you to talk about AccuWeather's global scale and some of these specific solutions.
Yeah, thanks, John. So now that we've covered the ground of why we believe weather content is a great fit for out-of-home screens and why AccuWeather would be a great choice for a partner in the weather category, let's go over some of the solutions. We're really investing here. We believe very strongly in the business opportunity. And so the first is that we design weather content to work across all types of out-of-home screens. For things like digital billboards, we provide real-time updates and severe weather alerting. On screens that are designed for travel and transit, we help commuters stay informed with hyper-local forecasts and things like our travel disruption index. And for street-level screens, we may offer unique data like air quality updates that are important for people who are on the go. And then John mentioned this earlier and thank you to our great partners at Captivate, and Michael, great to see you here today. within the office context, retail, office, and elevator spaces, weather is equally applicable, even in those short viewing windows, things like minute cast and other exclusive parameters that are only available from AccuWeather, we think are a great fit for out-of-home screens. So our content works on all screen types. And what we're super excited to announce today is a new product or a new solution for out-of-home media owners and advertisers that are called AccuWidgets. And so they provide AccuWidgets provide valuable weather content that's perfect for out-of-home screens. The best part is they're launched in minutes. So these are HTML5 widgets that are powered by live weather data. And so the fact that these are predefined and take advantage of AccuWeather's expertise in communicating complex weather situations, you can take advantage immediately of our design expertise and launch these widgets on your screens in a matter of minutes. They're compatible with major content management systems and ad servers, including Vistar Media. So no worries there. And like I said, these are up and running without any costly development work and can even power adjacent advertising. So we've got flexible business models. You may see here in this example, the ability to add a banner that kind of stay dry raincoat merchandised against a rainy forecast. That we have the ability to serve ads either from AccuWeather or from your own company directly. And so we've got a short video here that I think it's just about a minute long. So I'll try to kind of narrate over top of it, but it's designed to kind of show what's possible. Not all of what you'll see in the video are predefined widgets, but I think by taking a look at this, you'll see what's possible here. So we can do things like cover severe weather situations and bring these insights to out-of-home screens. Most of the way through our winter season, but we can help deliver valuable winter cast information to your viewers. I mentioned MinuteCast, and so did John. This is a killer application for out-of-home screens that gives you insight into precipitation over the next 60 minutes. So here's a quick glance at everything that's possible. Lots of advanced parameters and iterations. So hopefully that helps to bring it to life a little bit. I think if you took anything from the video, you should understand that AccuWidgets are fully customizable, right? There's like an infinite combination of advanced weather parameters and indices that could work for your screen. So, whether it's things like, we've mentioned it several times now, the exclusive AccuWeather MinuteCast, things like the real field temperature, our WinterCast, AccuWeather severe weather alerts. All of these things are only available through AccuWeather. But if you're looking for things like lifestyle indices, so maybe you want to show a great day to play golf or go to the beach, or even report out on things like mosquito activity in the area, or health indices around arthritis pain or asthma, even hair frizz is something that we have an index for. So just understand that these indices are fully customizable and can really meet any need. But they're not just relevant to media owners. Equally, advertisers love to take advantage of delivering their message to the right user at the right time with the right message. And these are just a few examples of weather-triggered use cases. So imagine a scenario where the UV index is high and a skincare brand wants to promote SPF protection in a high UV index scenario. You can do that. We all know that people choose food and beverage based upon the weather conditions around them. So imagine promoting what a consumer may choose for dinner tonight based on their local environmental conditions, and of course, health and hydration. When it's hot and humid, any of the associated brands can promote their products to help folks combat those weather conditions. So, now that we've sort of explained how this content is useful for media owners. It's also useful for advertisers. We've got a really interesting case study, I think a cool application with another short video here. And this one is from Netflix. So you have to look closely. But this is a video showing a billboard in the UK that is tied directly into AccuWeather's air quality index. And so the creative on the screen is for a show that's called Toxic Town. This is a drama about a climate-related drama that, that's about environmental conditions. And the creative here is actually changing based upon the actual air quality where the physical screen is located in the UK. And so I thought this is a really creative and clever way to use weather data to dynamically change creative. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. We're just wanted to take this opportunity while we're meeting with folks across DPAA to introduce our newest partners. And there's two of them today. The first is Western Union. So super excited to be partnering with the folks at Western Union. Steven Zawed and team over there are excellent. If you guys haven't met them yet, I'm super appreciative of all their hard work. You can see the illustration here of taking an AccuWidget along with associated advertising on the AccuWidget that will be displayed in over 1,000 Western Union retail locations around the world. So just another opportunity to highlight that AccuWeather's content is truly global, and we can support multiple languages and fully a global solution. The folks at Western Union are using Vistar's ad server to serve the weather content in this case. And then next up is Dolphin Digital. So you guys might know Dolphin from across DPAA. So they operate an out-of-home network across a lot of retail stores, convenience, and other retail types, representing over 4,000 screens and 3,300 retail locations. They'll be taking advantage of kind of a slightly different AccuWidget. So you can see here, it's the landscape orientation, a lot of the same content, current conditions, 5-day forecast, but they too are including advertising adjacent to the content as a way to generate revenue based on their integration of AccuWeather's data. So thank you to Vijay Kumar and team at Dolphin Digital as well. Also terrific partners, and we really appreciate them partnering with us to launch AccuWidgets. So that's we're almost there. That's it on the PowerPoint. But just in conclusion, we're really excited to launch AccuWidgets. Hope that you guys found this discussion useful. But we believe very strongly in the application of weather content and weather data on out-of-home screens. It is an excellent value exchange for viewers. If we want customers to engage with our screens, we've got to provide them with valuable content that gets them to look. And we think weather content is exactly that. I think by partnering with AccuWeather, you have a chance to integrate exclusive parameters and indices only available from us, whether it's minute cast, real field temperature, or air quality measurements. And now with AccuWidgets, these things can be launched in merely minutes. So super excited. Thanks for attending and for listening. But with that, we can sort of open it up to any questions. And I will point out here, my email address is listed on this page, patrick.mccormack@accuweather.com. If you don't want to ask a question live here, but you have one after the fact, please reach out.
That's great, Patrick and Jonathan. Thank you, folks, so much. This is powerful content, especially for people outside the home on their daily journey, even on the path to purchase, and probably as well on the point of purchase. So, and by the way, retail media is becoming an increasingly bigger part. I've got a lot of ideas for you folks, and in fact, I'd like Jeff and Blake to just stay on at the end of this, if Patrick and Jonathan can stay on. You make a great connection to the content, to screens, to advertisers, to consumers, and of course to screen owners. Any questions? I've got one or two, but does anybody have any questions? Just speak up or put your question into the chat box. So think about if you have any questions, or as Patrick mentioned, you could reach out after. So what I see here, which is very exciting, is that you can serve through Vistar or through any SSP or CMS platform. how does that work? And maybe detail that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, these are live HTML5 widgets that are fed by Accuweather's Enterprise API. So all it really requires is an internet connected screen. And most content management systems can render HTML5. That's just kind of a standard feature that's supported. In the case of Vistar, there's a little nuance to it. So we worked closely with the folks at Western Union to iron out those details. So I know many of the folks across DPAA and on this call likely work with Vistar. So just wanted to call that out. But yep,
Yeah, that's really great and important. I don't think people realize that. So we'll talk a little bit more about getting that word out. Um, Thank you for that. Great presentation. Any other further questions or thoughts from anybody?
Hi, my name is Toby Adiefa.
Hello,
Great
Toby.
presentation, Patrick and Jonathan.
Toby, your company, Toby?
Yes, I'm with Metro Mesh Media. We are a new out-of-home media company that leverages delivery vehicles for out-of-home advertising. And your presentation, Accuweather in general, is a great addition to our CMS because right now we're working with Broadsign and also talking to Vista Media.
Right.
And a question I had is it possible to like use or I saw you have a lot of very interesting and fascinating indices and even outside of the weather data, is it possible to use like location data to like change all of this information dynamically on displays that are moving across the city based on location data and so on?
Yeah, great question, Toby. Thanks for that. The answer is yes. I mean, really the way that the partnership works is that our partner passes us a location and we pass back all the data to populate the widget. So that's the basic handshake that happens in all cases, and it's live. So you can call us as many times as you'd like to refresh the data on the page based on the location of the sun. So in your case, if the sun is moving,
Yeah,
you'd probably want to update the data more frequently.
exactly. Do you have a documentation online about technical integration?
Yeah, we have a brief document. Nothing's posted online at the moment. We're just really kind of getting out of the starting blocks on AccuWidgets today. But if you contact me here at this email address, I can send you a brief introduction document with a demo. It's called a demo key, and you can test it out yourself.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Patrick.
And Toby, I love that question because we all know from our own experience how much the weather conditions can vary across part of a part of a city from neighborhood to neighborhood. So that hyper local detail that we provide is very important. Those types of use cases are minute cast forecast that goes right down to the street address of the location being requested, and also air quality can vary considerably across the city too. So being able to be specific and contextually relevant to the user's location, that's another key part of this of the AccuWeather advantage as well.